Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to look at the USS Voyager expansion for the Star Trek Attack Wing game. Now, for those of you that have not watched the show, Star Trek Voyager, obviously, I highly recommend that you do so. For the longest time, I was so biased. It was either Star Trek the original series or Next Gen or nothing at all. I didn't want to hear about Deep Space Nine. I didn't want to hear about Voyager or Enterprise for that matter. I mean, Enterprise didn't even have a proper opening theme, for crying out loud. But I eventually got over that, opened my mind a little. Love DS9, love Voyager, and love Enterprise. So if you haven't seen Voyager, just do it. That's 7 seasons of pure goodness. But anyway, we're here today just to take a brief look at what the USS Voyager expansion has to offer. And once again, a brief snapshot of the components, minus your usual auxiliary power tokens and battle station tokens. They tend to get redundant after a while. Just keep in mind that the usual tokens that you would receive in an expansion like this often reflect the ship class in question and their particular abilities. So with that said, here's a look at the model. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Okay, so not too bad. It's basically the same quality as the USS Enterprise D, at least as far as I can tell. I mean, it's still pretty detailed in my opinion. I mean, it's okay. It gets the job done. I've seen better in other expansions that I've showed you already, but for the most part, I am pleased with this particular one. Alright, and before I move on to the maneuvers, here's a quick look at the cover for the base. Again, two-sided. One is just the Intrepid class. The Intrepid class is what Voyager is. So it's just your basic ship on this side and the USS Voyager on the other side. Primary firing arc out front and a secondary firing arc out back. As far as the maneuvers, again, I usually have trouble with the dials, so I'm just going to move right to the reference card to help me out. No red maneuvers, which is pretty reflective of the Intrepid class ship. Very agile kind of ship. At 1, all green maneuvers, slight left or slight right. At 2, all white maneuvers except for going straight. That's green. 3, it's the same thing. 4, 5, and 6, it can just go straight ahead. And 6 is not something I often see. In fact, I think this is the first ship in my particular collection to feature such a thing. So that's pretty interesting. I'll be curious to see how it actually performs in battle. Okay, now this is a very complicated scenario, so I'm not even going to bother trying to explain all of this, but it's based around Endgame, or the final episode of Voyager. For those of you that have not seen the show, I don't want to spoil that. So for those of you that have seen Endgame, which is the final episode in Season 7, it's based around that. One player will be the Federation, one player will be the Borg, and likewise you'll have some Borg Cube and Borg Sphere tokens here to sort of help you through the scenario. Again, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't watched the show, so I'll leave it at that. Now this expansion is pretty meaty. It actually introduces 2 new concepts that are unique to the Voyager expansion. You've got this ablative generator token, which is this one here. And there is actually an upgrade card that sort of helps you through this that you can attach to Voyager or the Intrepid class ship. But basically, just to sort of go through this card explains the rules for the ablative generator token, blah, blah, blah. A ship with the AGT assigned to it follows these special rules. As soon as the ship recovers the AGT, disable all of its remaining shields and remove its cloak token, if any. While the ship has the AGT, it cannot raise its shields or cloak. Convert all critical results against the ship to hit results. Place all damage cards that the ship receives beneath the ablative generator upgrade card. If the player removes the AGT from beside the ship, the damage cards remain beneath the ablative generator card. Once the ablative generator receives 5 damage cards, discard the upgrade card and all 5 damage cards. So, in case you don't know, again, Voyager, the ablative armor that Voyager was equipped with, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but It is extremely powerful in terms of defense. So this is basically to help Voyager out and staying alive on the battlefield. Adaptation token, there is an upgrade card for 7 of 9 that follows these rules. While an adaptation token, which is this, while an adaptation token is on a upgrade card, I believe that's an upgrade. 7 of 9 ship is now considered to also possess that upgrade, even if 7 is disabled. The original upgrade card is unaffected and can be used freely by its owner. If the original upgrade is disabled or discarded, 7 ship is still considered to possess that upgrade and can freely use it. If using the upgrade would normally require the upgrade to be disabled or discarded, then when 7 ship uses the upgrade, remove the adaptation token. The original upgrade is unaffected. Only one adaptation token may be in play at the same time. If 7 of 9 uses her ability on another upgrade, remove the adaptation token from the previous upgrade. So basically, it's just, you can basically just sort of mimic or gain someone else's ability, which is pretty cool. If 7 of 9 is disabled, discard the adaptation token. Alright, as far as your ship cards are concerned, Voyager is 4-2-4-5, 4 attack, 2 agility, which is pretty, I know that, I don't want to say high, but considering the other ships in my collection, most of them either have 0 or 1, so 2 is pretty good. That has hull of 4, shields of 5, special ability. Instead of making a normal attack with your primary weapon, you may fire in any direction at range 1 to 2 with 4 attack dice. So basically the Enterprise D, except with 4 attack dice instead of 3. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. That's something that's also not on the Enterprise upgrade. The Enterprise could do that without getting an auxiliary token. So pretty interesting change there. That has the evasive maneuver, I believe it's evasive maneuver, target lock, scan token, battle station. You've got a point cost here of 30 and a slew of different upgrades. Same thing with just the standard Intrepid class ship, except I believe it's 1 less shield. Yeah. It has 4 shields instead of 5. Less upgrades, same actions, no special ability. Has a point cost of 28 instead of 30. Captain, starting with Catherine Janeway, Captain of the Voyager. When your ship performs an evasive maneuver, scan, or battle station action, you may place an additional token of the appropriate type beside your ship. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. So basically you can get an extra action at the cost of an auxiliary token. Pretty cool. That has a captain skill of 8, elite symbol here, cost of 5. Chakotay, first officer of Voyager. Instead of performing a normal action, you may disable Chakotay to allow 2 different Chevron upgrades to perform their actions during the same round. That has a cost of 5, or captain skill of 5, and a cost of 3. And the standard Federation captain happens to be Admiral Paris, Tom Paris's father. Don't know why he would be considered a captain in this case, but whatever. Captain skill of 1, cost of 0. Upgrade card, starting with Tuvok. He was the ship's security chief. When firing a secondary weapon, you may disable Tuvok to roll 1 extra attack die. Cost of 5. The Doctor, the EMH. The Doctor counts as either a Chevron upgrade or a, whatever that might be, a modification upgrade, your choice. Action, remove all disabled upgrade tokens from your Chevron upgrades. So you can do either or, as far as what it counts as, but as an action, remove all disabled upgrade tokens from your Chevron upgrade. So pretty cool. Cost of 3, and there's a question mark down here, meaning that I believe that he could be used anywhere. He's not really associated with a faction, even though he was designed as a Federation emergency medical hologram. B'Elanna Torres, the ship's engineer. I know, the Star Trek Voyager lore, some of these people came on from a Maquis ship. I know that, but for the sake of those not familiar with Voyager, she's the ship's chief engineer. B'Elanna Torres, add 1 additional, looks like torpedo icon, or says, yeah, torpedo icon, and 1 additional, I'll just say modification icon to your ship's upgrade bar. Cost of 4. Photon torpedoes, 5 attack dice, range 2 to 3, cost of 5. Attack, target lock. Spend your target lock and disable this card to perform this attack. You may convert one of your battle station results into a critical hit result. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. Nothing really special there. Transphasic torpedoes. This is where things get interesting. 10 attack dice, range 2 to 3, 10 upgrade points as far as a cost. So, big hitter. Attack. Spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack. So it's a one-time use thing, and I could see why. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. This upgrade may only be purchased by USS Voyager. So if you've got spare points, a lot of spare points, consider that one. Or this one, ablative generator, 10 upgrade points. Action, place or remove the ablative generator token beside your ship. This upgrade may only be purchased on the USS Voyager, and that's the token that I was showing you earlier. Harry Kim, action, disable Harry to repair 1 shield token, cost of 4. Tom Paris, he was the ship's ops officer, and Tom Paris was the helmsman. When defending, your ship rolls 1 extra defense die. Upgrade cost of 4. It's cool that it doesn't cost an action, so this is like a passive ability that I'll probably be using a lot. Bioneural circuitry. After you roll the dice for any reason, you may disable this upgrade to re-roll the dice. You must re-roll all of the dice and keep the results of the second roll. So it's sort of like the Han Solo ability in X-Wing. Cost of 5. 7 of 9, this has to do with the adaptation token I was showing you earlier. Action, disable 7 of 9 to place 1 adaptation token on any modification upgrade on any enemy ship within range 1 to 2. You cannot use this action against species 8472 upgrade. Cost of 5. Sacrifice. Before rolling the dice during an attack or defense, you may discard this upgrade and disable your captain in order to choose the results of 2 dice. These dice cannot be re-rolled for the remainder of this attack. That has an upgrade cost of 5. And there you have it, a very brief look at the USS Voyager expansion. I didn't cover all of the components and all of the rules in this particular expansion, but hopefully it gives you a nice overview so that you can decide whether or not you want to purchase it. You can check out my review of the core game at www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can click on the links in the below description. That'll take you there as well. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.